All right, everyone. I am here with Becky Turner. She's our new national managing partner for Barnabas. Becky, it's been great just getting to know you and having you work with us.
Yeah, it's been a joy having you, Tommy.
Hey, Becky, can you share with the people in Chicago what was your experience with Barnabas and how did you get into this role?
Yeah, I've done like the whole gamut. In '09, I was actually the executive director of a maternity home in Houston, Texas called Lifehouse, and I was one of the at their I think it was their third meeting. I presented as a presenting ministry with our ministry and got engaged with with what Barnabas was doing. And then in 2010, through a series of events, I started my own company and became a consultant. And Barnabas called me and said in Houston, hey, would you run our meetings for a bit? And went on retainer with them in the summer of 2010. And then God showed great favor. And in the summer of 2012, we launched in another location in Houston, kind of following after what Chicago had done. And then in 2014, I went up to Dallas and we launched up in Dallas and in that location. And then in 2016, National called me and asked me to come on board as their national managing partner. And it's been a great ride the past year as we've seen a lot of cool things being done. And so I do Barnabas full time throughout the nation.
People usually ask me in terms of even your role, what's the overall vision for Barnabas across the United States? What would you say?
Well, big vision is, as I see it, is one day we're going to stand before the Lord and he's going to ask us, what have we done with our talents? And I want every single businessman and woman in America and really around the world, but I'll focus on America for now, to be able to stand before the Lord and say, I did everything I could with my talents to advance the kingdom of God because the Barnabas group came alongside and helped us do that. That's my vision. That's I have a dream kind of thing. Yeah. How that's facilitated and how that's being played out is in our 12 cities. We launched 2 new cities this year, and I'm hoping to have at least 3 or 4 more cities / locations next year as we continue to expand in some key areas, as we heard even our board chair for National say today. The Mid-Atlantic, we've got some space there. The New England, we've got space up there. The Northwest, there's space up there. And so it's just continuing to replicate ourselves in a way that everybody has an opportunity to engage.
And so, Becky, even your new role, what's going well for Barnabas overall, but what are area of weaknesses that you have to improve on?
Well, I think one of the area weaknesses when I came in at the very beginning was we really struggled with clarity of messaging. And we really spent the first 6 months to almost a year of my leadership working with people, doing meetings, and figuring out real clarity of messaging. And so we have that down. So that was a weakness that was checked off. Our other area of weakness, though, that we want to now, we've got a great message. Now, how do we reach more people? And so it's the big marketing expansion that we're working on now to get in front of more people to hear more about Barnabas.
When you said that one of the weaknesses was clarity of messaging, what was weak about it, or what was unclear for the average marketplace leader?
I think it was unclear, not just for the average marketplace leader, but I think even for the leadership of the organization of what are we and what do we want to do and how do we get there. And so now I think we have a real direction on what that is, in the sense of that we're connecting marketplace leaders to maximize their potential for the kingdom of God. So then you can then take that apart. Well, what's the kingdom of God? What's maximizing my potential? And what's a marketplace leader? And so you can then kind of break those parts apart. What makes Barnabas so unique is that there's nobody there's some people that are doing some things similar to us, but for the most part, nobody is doing it at the reach that we have. So we can't say, hey, we're like Rotary, or hey, we're like, this church. We're really unique. And that messaging helped us be able to define it and explain it better.
Becky, if you were to look at Barnabas, would you say the emphasis is on the effective ministry or work with effective ministries, or would it be working with the marketplace leaders and finding ways for them to connect, or is it a little bit of both? Which is a priority?
I think you have to pick the priority of the marketplace leader, but very close second, or maybe 1.5, has got to be the impact on the ministry, because the marketplace leaders are the ones that aren't being reached. Their pastor doesn't know where to plug them into. There's lots of leadership. Even groups like the Master's Program, Convene, C12, they work with these marketplace leaders, but to see where they can get plugged in to highly impact and affect these ministries, they don't have a vehicle to do that. So we're that vehicle because nobody else is serving the marketplace leader in this role. However, I've got to have impact on ministries because that's where my metric's going to be measured. That's what I need. I've got to have that marketplace leader someplace for them to plug in. If I have 100 marketplace leaders and no ministry, then I'm failing. So it's definitely, I don't think it's an either or, but it's an and.
Yeah. And the last thing, even in terms of partnership, if you as the managing partner says, what's the value of a Barnabas membership? And what would you say?
I think the very first one would be to be able to really maximize your talents for the kingdom of God, beyond just writing a check. The knowledge that we have, I almost say it's like a golden ticket. I mean, way back, Willy Wonka, you get that golden ticket, you could go to the factory. But for us, we've all had those experiences where we're sitting down talking to someone and they don't even know our problem, but they say something just because of the overflow of their wisdom and their experiences, and it's a golden ticket for us. And that's what we often bring to these meetings that we have, the vetting, the SWATs, the ideations, the presentation ministry meetings. We all bring golden tickets. And when we sit down together, we're able to share our golden tickets in a way that we never think possible and can really impact people in a great and a profound way. So that is the best one, is I get to use all my golden tickets. The other way, and this is kind of an unfelt need, but man, it's fellowship. It's so awesome to be in a group of Christian, kingdom-minded people who want to do more than just go to Sunday morning and Wednesday evening service and sing on the hymnal. They want to come and be together and really propel the kingdom of God forward. And so that both using my golden ticket and fellowship are the two big things that I say are values for involvement with Barnabas.
Got it. Hey, last thing. If you were to give a message to the Chicago Barnabas folks, how would you encourage them? What would you say to them?
Hey, keep on keeping on. I come from the Bible Belt, and in the Bible Belt, we have a whole lot of Christian stuff going on. And I know you've got a lot of great things going on there, but you also have a lot of struggles. And I know that Barnabas Chicago is a key initiative, not just for Barnabas as an organization, but I believe for the kingdom of God, that we have a stronghold, a positive, godly, righteous stronghold in Chicago that will maintain the fortress for the kingdom of God and moving forward.
Thanks, Becky.
Thank you.